Hannah Evans, and I'm from Fayette County, and I have roots here that go from Mill Run, Acme, Connellsville, Uniontown, all over the place. So I love Fayette County, and I'm here to talk to you about a story that I wrote, and it's called The Letter, and it's Annie's Appalachian Adventures. It's the first in the series. And this book is really special because it's written for someone a child who has a loved one with a substance use disorder. So it's something that I think may touch your heart. So I'm gonna go ahead and start to read it. And again, it's called The Letter, so it's in a letter format. And it starts out, "Dear sweet Annie, I miss you so much. If I could, I would fly us to exotic places and go exploring, like crawling through the pyramids in Egypt. I would in a heartbeat. I love our adventures together and your wild sense of imagination. You said our car could travel through time and space. Even though we couldn't stop everywhere, we imagined what life was like back when the old towns were busy, vibrant, and alive. You said every state we stopped in was like going to a foreign land, and you'll find in this illustration, Ohio Pile. I love you, Annie. Please know that I think about you each and every day. I am sick, and my sickness cannot be fixed with medicine alone, although it helps. Every day is like an epic battle. And sometimes the bad guys are bigger and stronger than me. But then I look at your photo, Annie, and I grow stronger. Never feel guilty or that you are to blame for my addiction, because you are the reason that I keep trying and growing stronger." And you'll see here that Annie's mom is holding her photo and she grows into a knight. When the drugs enter my body, it's like rivers of water flowing through deep canyons, twisting and turning. It's all I can think about and all I can feel. It was never your fault. Don't ever blame yourself. I am so sorry. Also know in your heart that you are special. There is no one in the world like you. You are loved. You have lots of awesome adventures ahead of you. I will try to join you soon. Annie, I may not return and be the perfect mom you deserve yet. There is power in the word yet, and I'm working hard to overcome this for you. Love, Mom. Mama explains, Annie, I know it hurts you and it's okay to cry, but remember that she loves you and I love you. This illness your mom is facing is not something to be ashamed of or to think less of yourself over. This has changed you, Annie. You will be a fighter. You may not feel like it now, but you will be stronger than others. And so lastly, the story ends with a coping skill for the reader to master. And it's about writing your own letter. Sometimes it's hard for us to talk about how we feel. Sometimes our feelings can be overwhelming, which means they are too big or too much for us. One way to explain how we feel is to write a letter to someone. If you are sad, sit down and write a letter to anyone at any time. It is your choice to give the person the letter, but it will make you feel better. And so lastly, you'll find in the book a little bit about myself. And so I'll go ahead and maybe read that to you. I'm Hannah Evans. I'm formerly Gerhardt. I was raised in Fayette County, Pennsylvania. My family resides on Chestnut Ridge, nestled in the Appalachian Mountains. I'm a graduate of Penn State Fayette, and I've earned a master's degree from WVU. I have 5 years of teaching experience in West Virginia and 5 years in Pennsylvania. I was inspired by my grandmother's love of genealogy. So my grandmother is Glenita King, and she's known at Chestnut Ridge Historical Society. And that's why I've taught history and the social sciences. So I'm a history teacher. I teach 8th grade American history currently. From my life experiences, I have understood the struggles of poverty and the struggles of being raised in Appalachia. I'm a teacher, and I noticed the unique challenges and emotional hardships by my students who were and are facing the opioid epidemic. So I created this series, and I wrote the first one about the letter. Thanks so much for listening to me.